and I'm hiking about 600 feet in elevation gain a few miles up, and I'm hoping there's a lake right there. Looks like there is. So I'm almost there. Been hiking for probably an hour, 15 hour and 20, 600 feet of elevation gain from Kegan Lake, where I'm camped. And it looks like here's my next lake, the feeder lake. Nice. Man, I wish I had a little boat up here. I'm not about to pack it up that climb though. Oh, there's some shore access. I packed up a light fly rod, number 3 weight, number 5 weight, I can't tell. But it's light gear. There should be some nice wild rainbows, maybe some brookies in here. Oh, I don't know. We're gonna find out. It's gorgeous. Gorgeous stuff. Excellent. There's that mountain salamander. He's like an aquatic salamander. Yeah, little guy. Good swimmer, but beautiful belly. Nice and brown. I don't know what you are. We'll find out later. Doesn't spend a whole lot of time out of the water, it doesn't look like. Let's just get him back in real quick. Hiking through some of the higher meadows, bogs really. There's some vernal pools here. Nice stuff. Just filtering rainwater and providing a different ecosystem. There's evidence of a lot of black-tailed deer moving through here. Black-tail, Sitka black-tailed deer are what they have up here. Not a lot of evidence of bear around this area. I think all the bear are down there waiting for the sockeye with everybody else. I've been doing my bear calls, but I haven't seen a bear since I left the mouth. And they don't seem that aggressive anyway. Never a problem until it's a problem, right? But looking out for bear trap, bear paws. I heard a hunter up here the other day, so I knew there's a gunshot going off. I think there's probably somebody up here on one of the high lakes hunting something. So I'm gonna head down there to that log jam. I've seen a couple trout rise there. Try my luck with the fly there. This is what's feeding my creek down, my Kegan River downstream here. That gully. It's where all the water is going down to the lake that I'm camped on. So I have no hope that a salmon's actually made it up there and in here. I think what we have is just a lot of small trout. Be fun on a dry fly. I'll work it for a while. Well, I've had no luck on my little black ant here. So I'm gonna try one of my bloodworms. I'll go to a sinking bloodworm and see if I can't get that to bite. Alright, here's the rest of the lake. There's an inflow down there somewhere. I can hear it, but it's a long way away. I don't think I'm gonna hike there today. It's really difficult hiking, hard enough to get here. But it's a gorgeous lake. Lots of little trout. Well, just a few little trout. None of them interested. There's a loon out there calling its mate. Oh, there's a couple loons. They found each other. Well, it hasn't been happening. These fish haven't been finding my lure. This middle of the day is just not a good time to go fly fishing. So I'm going to call it. Get out of here before the bears take their trail back from me. And slog down that hill again. Try to get home before dark. Great little lake. Wish I had a kayak up here. There's a little game trail I found. Fortunately, there's also something else here. That's interesting. It's a big pile of bear trap. Fresh. Probably 2 days at the most. Yep. Bears are in here too. Using the trail. Heading down out of the little lake. Look at the size of the old growth. Just straight as an arrow. All the way up. Well, today's the 4th day I'm up here, and it's the day all the pinks and some sockeye have decided to make the run. The pinks are just thick in here right now. I caught several apiece. This guy's over here in the cabin, and I just see him boiling. Just standing here, throwing twitch jigs at him, getting all we want, throwing them back. You can see the weather patterns changed. Got a little marine overcast, fog, some marine push coming through. High clouds yesterday. I'm thinking there might be a front coming. I'm not sure yet. But this is the beginning of the 5th day. I've had 5 full nights on the island, on the lake. Lots of pinks and lots of sockeye are pushing into the lake right now, but the best action's over on the rivers. I'm interested in looking at a couple other rivers in the area before I have to go. So I'm going to push on and move down the river today and fish and take it leisurely, and then move over to Johnston Cove tonight. Look at Johnson Lake tomorrow. Alright, running downstream. Run downstream has been uneventful so far. It's basically class 1, except for this point here, which was my big portage on the way up. We got 2 big trees down, and we got a little bit of a spill fall. But to try to go through the falls and clear those trees would be too much to ask. So my portage downstream is going to be a little shorter. It's a lot lower, and I'll make it around there, then I'll get back in and do the rest of the rapids. So here's the portage down and back in the water on the pool on the other side of the Strainer Rapid, which is over there. And from here it's just a matter of shuffling over a lot of shallow rocks. Some of it's walk work, not that hard. So I made it down the rapids, and I took some tumbles and kind of got drug along by the boat for a while, like doing the full Superman, bouncing over the rapids. But I came out all right. Boat took a few knocks, but not bad. The gel coat's holding up amazing. I took a big impact there, and that's down to the glass, but there's about 5 layers of glass at that point over the original hull, so I'm not at all worried. And there's an internal glass layer. So it's a lot more scratched up, which is just fine, exactly what I wanted to happen. I missed a few chunks out of the bow, took some heavy hits, but overall in great shape. A little bit there. Nothing I'm going to worry about on this trip. It's so far so good, holding up great. Check this out. Absolutely Fin City moving in. Look at that. All that stuff moving in. And I've got this cabin that John and Herbie left for me for the night. They think they're gonna fly out of here. They booked this cabin through tonight because it's such a late time. They had to leave at 5:30, but it's socked in overcast, and I can only imagine Dixon Channel's even worse. And I don't think they're gonna get out. They're at the upper cabin. I'm gonna go up there and check on them so I get everything stowed and tied down. Wait for the tide to come in and watch the salmon run up the falls. And hopefully there's some more bear out here, because I kind of miss them. Haven't seen them in about 5 days. Cuddly little guys. And it's just peaceful here. There was a bear last night for a little while. I didn't film him. He just said hello and moseyed on. The water here is absolutely chock-a-block full of 3 different species of salmon. You see them just schooling everywhere. Going up the falls at high tide, lots of sea lions, lots of life. But this channel empties out very shallow, probably even too shallow for a kayak to navigate at very low tides. And now the neap tides are moving away and we're going into a spring cycle. I just checked the tidal range is going to move to 24 feet before I finish this trip, so I'm going to have quite a chore. I'm going to have a lot of currents and I'm going to have a lot of beach drags in the last few days of this trip. But for right now, I got fairly decent tide range of about 16 feet and it's doable. So I got fresh salmon all smoked up. I'm going to bag it and hit the trail and head over to Johnston Lake, a few miles away. Last look at the cabin. One of the most scenic settings I've ever seen.